to get in the room and we're gonna get started. Katovi, thank you. Shayna, thank you. Alex, thank you for the food. Thank you for the food. Because Alex helped me so much over this whole experience. And there has been, I gotta tell y'all about what happened yesterday with this bitch. This awful, awful, fat, sloppy, nasty, grimy bitch at Care Team Plus. Because apparently they hate men there. They hate men, and they definitely hate children of the Most High. Because all the men at this doctor's office have been fired. It's all women. And there's nothing wrong with women. But as my granddaddy would say, too many bitches in the pot spoil the soup. So you got too many bitches in that place together, and they all get vindictive, spiteful, hateful, nasty, two-faced and backstabbing. All the characteristics of, hey Elijah, all the characteristics of mean girls from high school. But these bitches are way too old to be doing that. And the manager at Care Team, oh, she is a see you next Tuesday. A nasty piece of work. Oh, she's absolutely the child of the enemy. And she's going to hell. She's going straight to hell for what she tried to do. Thank you so much, Elijah, for the gift. What she tried to do to a person who has cancer, stage 4 cancer. She went out of her way to be a wretched bitch. But this is going to show you exactly who narcissists are. Where do y'all hear this shit? But I'm going to give people time to get in the room. If you're not a member, please hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if you like Chosen One content, because I'm going to show you exactly how these narcissists are and where they located at. Because everybody knows the government is run by the enemy. Lauren, what's going on? Everybody knows that the government is run by narcissists. The world system is set up to prosper for narcissists. Why do you think in school they don't teach you about narcissism and that who they really are is children of the devil, that they're evil, wicked people? You take psychology in high school and they don't never tell you about that shit, right? Because they don't want to mess up. They feed and supply. They don't want to mess up how they get fed. And you know how they get fed? By off of you, Chosen One. They fed off of me for a minute, but them bitches won't eat no more. They sure won't. And it's up to you. What's going on, Michelle? The psychic rapper. What's going on? I'm glad to see y'all here. Wait till I tell y'all about this. Oh, this trash can is getting on my nerves. Wait till I tell y'all about this. I'm waiting for a certain amount of people to get into the room. We're going to get started with today's topic. But this is what it is. These bitches are crazy. Yeah, it's become toxic. Every man in this office has been fired. The man Scott used to be there. He worked there for over 20 years. Soon as they changed managers, soon as they changed the people who ran the department and ran that office, all the men are gone. Now you got 5 bitches in the front lobby behind the counter, but they still don't answer the phones. The driver used to pick me up before I got in the car, and they used to always have my address wrong. I mean, not my address. They used to have the date of my appointment wrong. So the driver show up. I had no appointment that day. But when he didn't show up, I had an appointment. But now since I see who's running this place, and she told me she was watching my YouTube channel, this bitch was trying to kill somebody. Luckily, I'm not with Care Team anymore. I'm not affiliated with those dragging mouth whores. So anybody else who's in South Carolina who goes to Care Team, be careful, because they're playing with your life. They're playing with your life. But I'm explaining to you exactly what transpired so that you guys can see this. And then I'm gonna go to my talking points, okay? Because I got some talking points that I want to bring up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all about this shit. This shit right here is crazy. This is bananas. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not a member, hit the notification bell. Hitting that notification bell will let you be notified. Like when I get ready to go live, it'll send a message to you saying Intuitive Anthony is going live. That way you can check in and get the information or get whatever's going on as it's hot off the press. And it gives you when I post up-to-date things about my walk with cancer. It'll let you know what's going on. If you can contribute, thank you, Elijah. Thank you, Katovi. Thank you, Shana. Thank you, Alex. Alex bought me some food yesterday after I broke down and had like a breakdown because I couldn't, but I could believe how spiteful this manager bitch was at Care Team. She is a fat goblin. A fat, disgusting goblin who will stop by McDonald's on the way home and get an unhappy meal and be the unhappy fatty McFat that she is. But I'm explaining to you why I'm going in on this wretched bitch. Because she is a narcissist. She is everything that I talk about on the channel rolled up into one fat cellular. If you can contribute, and you in the Most High moves you to contribute and you want to contribute, because really, y'all, I have a chemo cancer appointment at 7:45 on Monday. I'm explaining y'all this. So any contributions will help. In the description, Cash App and PayPal are the best ways to send contributions or help. Cash App is $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. Okay, so I was waiting for, well, we still don't have enough people, but I'm thinking that counter might be wrong, or at least I hope it is. But it is Saturday, guys, and any contributions will help. There's also a GoFundMe down below, where if you could share that on your social media platforms, if you could share those on your social media platforms, it helps. And when people contribute and stuff, it helps me keep gas in the car and keep everything going. But hopefully, wait till when I tell y'all this, something good should be coming around the corner really, really soon. Something supernatural is. Hey man, what's going on? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting into it. It says 4 people, but I was trying to give it time so more people can come in. But any contributions will help, guys. Because hopefully by next week, by the 3rd, when my disability check comes, there should be an extra blessing on that check from the Most High, which will in turn get me out of here and get me onto my next place, which is well within my budget. Yeah, and anything that you can contribute will also go to the office, because I have to keep paying the gentleman in the front office. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, I was supposed to be getting help getting an apartment because they wanted first month and a deposit. So I did the process one time before, but my case manager, when I got disability locked in, she gonna come over here. This was the first bitch. She gonna come over here claiming that she was gonna help me get the paperwork signed and all of that, so that I could get the apartment, or at least get help with the rent. This is during that time. But then she gonna come out of her same stinking ass mouth and ask me, how am I spending my back pay? That's none of your business, bitch. Mind your business. But she used the guise or the lie. She used the lie that she was helping me get funding to pay the landlord. Because that kind of help does help, because the more I pay him, the less I owe him when disability comes. And I can use that money to move. She want to ask me, what am I doing with my back pay? What am I doing with my money? That's none of her business what I'm doing with my money. But see, this is what narcissists do. They come in pretending like they came here to help you, but they fishing for information that they have no business knowing. They are not privy to having. They should not have any access to. So she came over here lying through her hot mouth about she's helping somebody secure funding to pay on the room. She didn't. She wasn't going to. She just came over here to really find out what was going on with my money. Because there's no doubt in my mind that evil bitch that I probably stayed with is probably puppeteering as much as she can with those gnarled little fingers as the witch she is. Anyway, she wanted to get her hands on my paper, my letter of approval from Social Security. She's supposed to hook me up with financial resources as far as paying for the room, and stuff, agencies and stuff that I could contact that would help and assist me with the stage 4 cancer that I have. She has done none of that. That's like I said, there's too many bitches in the pot. These girly ladies sit up in that damn office and they sit there and cackle. And just like mean girls in high school, them bitches start backbiting and going after each other. And once they got rid of all the men, because that woman's thing where they hate men, they chase off every man, just like their mama before them chased off every man they was with. So they wind up being alone with a bunch of babies, an ass of babies, no opportunities, no room for improvement. They don't want to grow, they don't want to evolve, and then they poison their kids into repeating the same fucked up pattern. That's a generational curse. That's what they do. So after a while, I got irritated at the fact that nothing was happening, and I still didn't have any resources to help me with my cancer. So I made them stop. I made them basically fire that caseworker and give me another one. So you know what these bitches did? You know what these evil harlots, Jezebels did? I'm going to start saying Jezebel. It just sounds better. They gonna give me the case manager right beside her. And she is just as stinking, as hot, and as nasty, and as wretched as the other one. So she's a harlot too. She didn't do nothing either. So all of a sudden, she's supposed to be helping me still get the funding to get into a place. Oh, well, you sign these forms, and I'm going to go down there and get everything taken care of. So she went all the way down. They took some pictures of the place that I'm supposed to be staying at. Then said she didn't get the forms back. She didn't get none of the paperwork back. 3 weeks later, I get a call. We need you to come in. Now, she used the caseworker, the second stank one, the second Jezebel, to have me come in saying that I might get the funding for the apartment, might not. This is what they do. They lie. They're liars. They're pathological liars. This is what they are. They're liars. They're children of their father, the devil, and that's where they're going. And I'm glad for them. I'm really happy they're going to burn in hell. I really am. Because trust me, the life that they live, they deserve everything that they get. You're right. It's a horrible cycle. But they be mad at Chosen Ones because we dare to break it. They mad at us because we want to break the cycle. And we don't want to be another useless, hateful, good-for-nothing, wretched human being like the narcissists are here on this earth. So this is what it is, guys. They called me into the... They lied, told me that, we need you to come down here. Face to face. Because if you get the funding, it's gonna go through possibly Friday. So they used another lie to get access. Just like she did when she wanted to find out what was going on with my back pay. That's none of your business. Mind your business. And people get real mad when they can't manipulate you and use you. Then they get spiteful and petty because they know you onto them and you know that they're good for nothing. They're treacherous, they're two-faced, they're backstabbing people. So you get punished for not only being a child of the Most High, but you willing to walk in His light. And you're not willing to be manipulated by the narcissist. They get evil about this shit. Real evil, real nasty piece of work. But considering the way her soul looks, and as chosen ones, we can see the soul. Her soul is ugly. Her body, ugly. There ain't no man lining up to be with her. Not when she big like she is. Miserable as she is. And walking around with a negative energy and negative aura like she is. So she got time to worry about everything that is not her business. So they had me come up there Wednesday. I go up there Wednesday, as soon as I sit down, we decided we're not going to help you. I've been watching your YouTube channel, and we think you should go to another doctor's office. So I got up to leave. No, wait. There ain't nothing else to talk about. I walk out. This pisses her off, because the only reason she had me come up there was because she was trying to piss me off, so that I would flip out and she would have a reason to blacklist me off the property site so I wouldn't be able to come back. That's why she was like, no, wait. No, I'm not going to sit up in your face, fatty. You're not going to sit there and look at me like a cheeseburger. She's sitting there grinning. And because she didn't get the reaction she wanted, I just got up and left. She didn't get the reaction she wanted. This evil possum body lady, possum body Jezebel, sat there stewing with this for over 2 days. 2 days. Real fatty, fat. Sitting there stewing over it for 2 days. Then she had that stupid alligator skin, reptile looking caseworker, the second one, that she used to get me to come up there. Email me telling me I got a list of other doctor's offices. I said, do not contact me again because I'm already seeing red. You know what that office, what the office walrus did? She's a walrus. She's a walrus. Car probably smell like McDonald's and hot farts. That's how she is. This is what she did. I hadn't been there since Wednesday. Now, mind you, this is Friday. Friday's a short day at the office for them because, you know, on Friday they close at 1. That way all those evil Jezebel harlots can go in the street and destroy lives and create chaos and mischief or whatever it is that they do. I'm on the phone talking to people from Medicaid because I'm the one who's having to further trying to find resources to assist with the cancer, trying to find another caseworker and company who actually have empathy, who actually care about their people, who care about people. She called the police and made up some lie. I don't fucking know. But I'm pretty sure the lie, it was definitely a lie. But the person who's a police officer was somebody she know. It was somebody she know. Because she works and gets funded through the government. The police officers get funded through the government. The government belongs to the enemy. I wanted a report about harassment. He wanted me to come down to the office and do all of this extra. But there was no issue for charges to be filed. She got me blacklisted off the property when I wasn't even there for 3 days. But this is because that was her overall goal on Wednesday, is to get me blacklisted from the property. Because she is treating this like it's her own personal playground. I tried to get in touch with the Department of Public Health, figuring that I could get in touch with their boss and get somebody to do something about that because they're playing with people's lives up there. They're playing with people's health up there. And they think it's cute. See, everybody that wears white is not an angel. So she had somebody, a friend of hers, somebody who's probably a child of Satan just like her, because birds of a feather flock together, call me. I can't come back on the property no more. Now this is upsetting me because I walked out on Wednesday because I did not want to have to deal with this shit with her. And I knew what she was after. That's called reactive abuse. It's where they do something to piss you off, and when you flip out, then they want to act like they're the victim. Eventually, she was going to play the victim, but she is a carnivorous, hateful, disgusting, bad-bodied person. And I'm saying person very loosely because I don't think she's a person. Anyway, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, guys, because this is a real-time account of what is going on out there in the medical field. Anybody you dealing with in government, there's a very, very good chance that they've already committed their heart and soul to Satan. That's why he got them hired. That's why he had them hired. Because there's not only a hiring manager, the devil is talking to most of them in there. So he lets the hiring manager know who to put in what positions where, because everybody's being influenced by a spirit. Just not all of them are holy and good like our spirits are. Guys, please hit like, comment, and subscribe. If you can contribute and the Most High moves you, please do, guys. Cash App and PayPal are the best ways. Cash App is $Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978, guys. I have a chemo appointment Monday morning at 7:45. And I will also be finding out the results of my additional PET scan, which will tell me if the cancer has spread or if it's actually the chemo is working. And I'm trying, I can't get this feeding tube out of my stomach until we know if the chemo is working. And right now, guys, I don't have gas in the car, enough gas in the car to get to my appointment. Because as you know, the third when I get paid from disability is next Friday. But my appointment is on Monday. And I really want to keep my appointments. So the office walrus, yeah, sitting at the table, looking for something to do. So I have I'll get my results from my PET scan Monday. And I don't have enough gas to get back and forth to my appointments. I'm not worried about care team because I can find somebody else that does what they do. My primary care stuff, I can find that. So any contributions would be very grateful. She had the police flag me from the property off of just by hearsay, by complete hearsay, which means that he wasn't requiring proof because he's a friend of hers. Because you know, evil birds of together, birds of a feather flock together. And while he was calling, there was another call on the other line, right? So it's back to back. The devil is on one line, God is on the other line. So after a minute of the police officer, I want to file harassment charges. Oh, you can come down here and do this and do that and do this. I just hung up on them because they're already working in tandem and I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got no time for that. And what they like to do is they want to sit up in your face just to smile in your face like the awful people they are and really relish in it. And when you don't give them no time of day and you don't make any time for them, they get mad. That's why she got mad when I walked out Wednesday, which is why she set up this little bullshit scheme. They're scheming, manipulative, hateful, and evil at their very, very core. She got me flagged from the property, which was her overall goal. Over email. But I told her, don't contact me again. You know the alligator skin one? Case manager that's right beside the other one that got fired. So all of them are useless together. 5 people in the at the front desk in the reception hall, but nobody answers the phone. So then what are they doing up there? They're sitting up there scheming and manipulating. Talking about people at home, talking about people in the job. They're talking about everybody but talking about the business that pays them. That's why she want to know what I'm doing with my money. First of all, that's none of your business. They want to know information about shit they should not know about. They like to have their hands in everybody else's pot, but can't use them same hands to wash their stinking behind. That's what it is. That's what it is. I like the fact that I'm putting on weight now. I hope the results of that PET scan are gonna come back good. So they flagged me from the property when I hadn't been there in 3 days. How about the person on the other line when the police officer was talking to me? Was the people from disability. The Most High is making a way. I got some really great news. And I was so upset that when I was talking to Alex, I broke down crying, because how could somebody be so evil to a person who is fighting for their life with cancer? They don't care. They do not care. Nurse Ratchet, and then there was somebody out here at the hotel. This guy that's at the hotel, I never trusted him. I never trusted him. He always looked shady and shifty. Well, you need to listen to some people, because some people might say, you know what, I already know what spirit's guiding you, so you don't need to say nothing else to me. Just get away from me. Be gone. Be gone, vile creature. Go back to hell from where you came from. You could tell by the way a person talks what spirit is moving them and speaking through them. Their souls are rotten. They're rotten. They're rotten individuals. They are the walk dead. They walk around as they can be. Spiritually dead, which is why they want to make everybody else's life miserable, because they are miserable. So she probably got off from work, as fat as she is, sitting in drive-through lines, letting them rip in their car, waiting for an unhappy meal, because she's an unhappy individual. But I know she let me know Wednesday that she was watching my channel. She got mad because we talk about possum body bitches like her. I mean, body just oozing on the sides. Mouth covered in mac sauce, just a slack sauce. Just as slack as she could be. Just living slack, looking bad, feeling bad, smelling bad, sounding bad. Bad heart, bad mind, bad intentions, bad soul. It applies everywhere. And who knows, that goblin was probably in the room. That goblin was probably in the room. Like Slimer from the Ghostbusters, just sitting there. That's what she is. Just breathing and just so bad that her heart got to work extra just to hold that fatty up. Anyway, I'll find another doctor. I'll find another doctor. That's Slimer. Yeah, that's Slimer. That's Slimer from the Ghostbusters. Slimer. That's exactly what she is. I ain't worried about that primary care stuff, but the Most High has some very good news. So guys, if y'all contributions and everything helps me get to that disability payment day, I think the Most High has put me into the final step. And this disability payment that comes next Friday I should have the income and what I need to get out of here and get to a cheaper place, a better place, a more stable place where me and my puppies can flourish. But I was so upset and crying at how could they do this to somebody when all I see is cancer appointments, fighting for my life right after Lamont died. And that first caseworker, that bitch, that goblin, she sat up in our faces and smiled in our faces for years. Just to turn around after Lamont passed, to turn around and show her true, hateful, sinful, satanic nature. See, Lamont was more of a social person and talked to everybody. Me, I can smell bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Lamont can sit there and be nice to everybody. I don't have time to pretend and skin like we friends. We not friends, bitch. You got a job to do and you're gonna do it. Terrence, I want to thank Terrence too, because Terrence helped out a lot. We not friends. You do the job you're supposed to do. So asking me what I'm doing with my back pay is not in your wheelhouse. That's not in your job criteria. How about focus on the business that pays you? No, because they're too busy meddling in other people's business, always wanting to be up on something and speak bad, and they cannot rest until they do wicked to someone else. Thank you guys. Please contribute, guys, because I want to make sure that I'm at my cancer appointment. The best ways is Cash App and PayPal. Cash App, $Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. And there's a GoFundMe down below because I'm fighting with stage 4 cancer. If you could share that on your social media, just put it up on your social media. Anywhere you like going on, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you go, Reddit, wherever. It basically, when people donate, it helps me get back and forth to my appointments. And since I did my PET scan appointment on Tuesday morning, I did my PET scan where they put that radioactive sugar in you, and then you have to go through that machine where you have to lay in there for 15 minutes. So if I can get to my appointment, I have enough gas to get to my appointment, because right now I have no medic band, I have no Meals on Wheels, I have nothing, because my case manager was too busy worried about stuff that was not her business in order to get me the resources that I needed, which upset me, because I could have been a lot better off and a lot further down the road if she would have gave me my resources. But when you got narcissistic people working in the healthcare field, they want to worry about what you're doing with your money instead of trying to get you the resources. They don't care about people. Care Team do not care about you. Care Team Plus. And guys, if there's any other people out there who have dealt with Care Team Plus and have horror stories like that, in the description is an email. Please email me your stories of Care Team Plus in South Carolina. Please email me those so that I can get those to the proper people who can do something about these evil people in positions where they're treating people's health and lives and medications and treatments like it's their own, like they're God, because they want to see themselves as God when they really are lower than the crack on the devil's ass. That's who they really are. That's who they are. But they always want to be praised and worshiped, and there's nothing admirable or good or decent about these wretched individuals. Okay, guys, we're going to get to some good talking points now. But the Most High was on one line, and the narcissist was trying to use the devil, and just like any of them narcissistic, I shut it down. The police officer was talking, click, done, moving on. I hung right up on his ass. Just like when that case manager and all bullshit, she's supposed to do this, but I was supposed to do this, and click, I hung up on her too. Well, you ain't gonna sit in my face and piss on me and tell me it's raining. I don't know who you think you are, but nah. Who do you think you are? Nah, we're not doing that. Because as you know, guys, I piss on bitches. Nikki said that well, because I piss on bitches. You know? And Alex, I was so upset because of what was going on. And I was upset about the fact that they wasted months. They've been wasting months and months and months of my time. I ain't got my medication in over a year because they was too busy doing other shit they had no business doing. So guys, if y'all have had some problems with Care Team Plus in South Carolina, send me an email so that I can find out who's over this place and get it to the right people. Because the manager lady at Care Team, her name starts with a J. If you look for her, she's got blonde hair, she's got a body of a walrus, real possum body. And she looks how she sounds. Just put it that way. Anyway. And then one of them up there is a stud, which is why all the men seem to have magically disappeared from the doctor's office. But all the women are there. And that's exactly why when you call, you can't get nobody to answer the phone. Because she wants to be around a bunch of women, but ain't doing her job neither. And they got mad because I called them out on it. You asking questions about information you don't need to know about, and you ain't doing nothing that you're supposed to be doing. So this was basically a retaliatory effort. And Alex bought me food yesterday, and I thank you so much. She had food delivered to me because I'm not worried about eating. I'm worried about surviving. And I really hadn't had any food in here. And she bought that to be nice, and I really, really appreciate that, Alex. Thank you so much. And Katovi, thank you. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Hitting the thumbs up doesn't cost anything. Sends it up in the algorithm and lets YouTube know that it's a good video and they'll recommend it to others so that we get the word out there. Because just because these people are in the medical field, they still evil. They just like having the appearance that they helping out the sick, the disfranchised, the unfortunate, but they get a sick satisfaction out of tormenting people who are already sick. That's why that evil walrus had that grin on her face, because she was doing the work of her father, the devil. But it doesn't matter, because I hear that, you know, that kind of chicken fat on her body will fry up real nice in hell. Yeah, it will. And I know she's watching. So, hey, possum body, if you watching, screw you. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Guys, see, this is what you got to do. You got to tell these bitches. You got to tell these bitches to get a hobby. They don't want to help Chosen Ones. And when she found out what kind of content I made, she said she watched my YouTube channel. That's why she denied it. Because she knows she's a narcissist. And she showed her true, ugly, two-faced ass. It's just that when you go in there, you can't tell which face you're going to see. But both of them have a demon behind them. So you're basically looking at the same entity. You know what I'm saying? No problem. No problem. Blind about the truth. Do not forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, guys. If you can contribute, please do. Cash App and PayPal are the best options. They're down in the description. Cash App, $ Anthony Young, 1978. PayPal at Intuitive Anthony, 1978. Any donations that come in are going to the office, and I'm going to put gas in that car so that I can make it to my cancer appointment Monday morning. And that's when I should find out the results of the PET scan I had last week to find out if the cancer has spread. Hopefully it has not. But I was really under spiritual warfare. But we need to tell these bitches they need to get a hobby. Because, like I said, too many bitches in the pot spoil the soup. That's why you see a lot of people in the neighborhoods, oh, I don't eat that. I don't go there. I don't do that. Bitch, how the hell are you supposed to get anywhere worth seeing if you ain't ever willing to do something you have never done before? You can't get to the moon if you ain't willing to leave your backyard. Ew, bitch, that's gross. Life is for the living. See, this is what I mean by those people are dead. They're the walking dead. And if you got good news and want to go somewhere in life, you can't be around dead people. I don't know any talent scouts looking for new artists and new people in graveyards. And have you noticed that every time somebody's getting ready to be successful and make it out of the hood or out of that situation or out of that trailer park, something unfortunate happens to them? Because misery likes company. And I be damned if you can go out there and be great and leave me here stinking and being terrible and being awful, and my kids is awful, and their kids is awful, and no, you're not leaving us. That's what they tried to do. That's why they tried to unalive you as a chosen one, because you are the one that's going to make it. So what they did was they tried to hopefully get you to destroy yourself. The eyes tell it all. Their eyes go black. Their eyes go completely black. And that's exactly why. Their eyes tell you everything. She's sitting there grinning, thinking she done something. I'm like, take that Big Mac out of your purse, your big body heifer. You ain't hurting nothing here. You ain't hurting nothing. Because at the same time, she was on the phone using those phone lines for the evil. The Most High was on the other phone line using other people for good. Now, not everybody in the government is evil. Because the people at Social Security really did their thing, and I appreciate you so much. And God used them to get me in a situation where if I can make it to the end of next week with a place to stay, being able to pay on that rent up there, and put gas in my car to get to my cancer appointment, if I can make it till next week, I should be straight. I should be straight. Because the Most High has already sent in his messengers, and his ministering spirits to help me along in this situation. I just got to get to next Friday. But a lot of times, That's what it is. When you find people that want to show up in your face and want you to give them information that they don't have access to, that they don't need access to, well, what are you going to do with your back pay? That's not your business. The only reason you're supposed to be here is to help me get into a situation where I can get into an apartment. So you're not going to help me with the apartment and you mad because I won't tell you what I'm doing with my money? Nah, screw all y'all bitches up in there. So sometimes you have to tell them bitches to get a hobby because they won't. Yeah, because their time is running out. Their time is running out. That's why you notice that these narcissists are getting worse and worse. They're not even hiding it no more. Because what they're doing is they figure if they can horrify you, you'll give them an instant reaction and they can get a quick fix of narcissistic supply for themselves. But the fact that we know who they are, we know what their overall goal is, we know exactly what they're doing. They can't be all nice and syrupy sweet because we don't trust that. Because we know to read between the lines. We know to read between the lines. So they either try to be real, real sweet and disingenuous, or they're going to just try to be as ugly and disgusting as they really truly are. Figuring that you're going to be in shock and they're going to get some reaction. But we already know we're dealing with demons. So that ugly ass face that she's showing is nothing that we have not seen before. So when they don't get that reaction, they start going through ridiculous extremes to try to invoke a reaction out of you. That way they can feed that need that they have. Yeah. And so they just coming out of the woodworks and showing you who they truly are. That's who they really are. But chosen ones, we are well acquainted and we have seen them. We have seen it before. So they can't get no reaction out of us. And when I got up and left that office on Wednesday, she was mad as hell because she wanted a reaction. But she wasn't that important. She still ain't that important. But I guarantee you, she probably still got on the same panties she had on Wednesday because she's disgusting like that. Because you know they don't like to wash. You know they don't like to wash because they so rough and rugged. No, they just stink. That's all. That's all. They must think they tough. No, your smell, your scent is tough. Ha, yeah, scent, that's the right word. Your scent is tough. You're disgusting. But that's all it is. They used to tell me, I'm hard. No, bitch, you're disgusting. No, bitch, yeah, you hard, all right. Hard, hot trash. That's what they are. That's exactly what they are. They're all on demon time now. But the wheat are being separated from the tares. Called laundryman. The wheat are being separated from the tares. So they can't get a reaction out of chosen ones anymore. And that's what pissed her off. She couldn't get a reaction out of the chosen ones. So what she did was she once again tried to invoke a reaction, trying to make herself look like a victim by lying to this police officer who is probably in the same devil team as her, truth be told, and make herself look like the victim when she is the one who was antagonizing me. Just to try to get a reaction, and when I wouldn't give her one, she lied and falsified shit that the police officer just went with because he was probably fat and lazy too and didn't want to go and do any leg work. Because he called me over the fucking phone. Oh, there's no criminal issue or anything like that. Then what the fuck are you calling me for? And how can you flag me from a property that I haven't been to in 3 days if there was such an issue? But she's using the police officer, and the police officer is more than willing to help her because they both worship the same devil. So they take care of each other. That's how narcissists always seem to be on the same page with other evil motherfuckers. But now that the chosen ones have a network like this, guys, don't forget to send me information about Care Team Plus in South Carolina. so that I can make sure that I get this to people and post this everywhere so that we can get evil people like that out of the healthcare industry. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you appreciate Chosen One content. Doesn't cost anything. And it helps get the video out and get more eyes on the video by being recommended to other places where videos are posted. If you can contribute, please do. Down in the description, Cash App and PayPal are the best ways. Cash App is $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. Any money that comes in will be so I can make it in this place until I get my disability check next Friday. It would also put gas in my car, and I will take money into the office to pay on the room. The Most High is working, so if the Most High moves you, please contribute. There's a GoFundMe in the description. Please share that on any of your social media formats that you like to go to. It gets the word out, and it helps get me back and forth and keeps me with what I need while I'm fighting through stage 4 cancer and doing the chemo treatments. Because Monday morning, I'll get the results of the PET scan, and I'll also be in chemo from 7:45 to around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. But that's assuming that I got money to pay the landlord here and have gas to get in the car to get to chemo. But it's almost over. The Most High is working, but it'll probably be by the end of next week when things will start looking straight. See, because they fake as hell. The narcissists, those karmics, because they fake as hell. It makes my blood boil too. And that they're getting funding from the government. And they're sitting there trying to kill people. Because Care Team tried to kill me by using bad caseworkers and the evil woman that ran the office. So that's a soundbite that everybody should know about. I'm fighting through stage 4 cancer, and Care Team tried to kill me. Because the woman who's the manager is a narcissist and got evil and hateful and retaliatory because she didn't like my content on YouTube. That has nothing to do with my medical treatment. Why the fuck were you on my YouTube channel? Because they always mind the business that don't pay them instead of doing the one that they get paid to do. That's exactly why. You on my channel, bitch. You supposed to be taking care of people and their health and their life. You ain't doing none of that because you're too busy worried about some shit you shouldn't be worried about. That's why the kids walk around stupid, dumb, smelling like ass, and can't really think for themselves. They're on some BS. They are absolutely on some BS. But yeah, Care Team in South Carolina is trash. They are trash. Okay. Because the narcissist and the karmic is fake, they think everybody else fake too. So when you prove yourself to be trustworthy and you say, well, I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. They get surprised when you are. Then they think that because then they get to scheming. Oh, well, he said he was going to be here and he was here. Then that demon starts talking to them. Well, maybe you can use them. Because if they say they're going to do it, if you can get them to say they're going to do it, they have to do it because they have morals. I know you don't have no morals because you're a piece of shit just like I am. That's what the demon is telling them in their ears. You're a piece of shit just like I am. A walking pile of dog excrement. So if you can get them to promise to do it, they have to do it because they're honorable. But we both know that you're not. You're trash. You're trash in a human body. You're a hot dumpster water. You a hot, stinky, disgusting mess who smells like slack sauce. I gotta stop being so stupid, y'all. I really do, but it's just fun. It's fun. Because you know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is true. And since she's watching my YouTube channel, you know that old petty, hateful, spiteful, fatty McFat is probably sitting in the office, eating a big slack, looking at a YouTube channel. But now, The wretched bitch has been blocked on my email. She can't email me. And I refuse to go back on that property again because it's probably cursed ground just like her body and her bathroom. It's probably cursed hollowed ground, especially after all them big slacks she been here. Kind of woman you see in the McDonald's drive-through line, face all hot and sweaty, with a real fuck face, just look like, ugh, that kind of thing. But I refuse to tolerate and be around people like that. And they will waste none of my time. And as chosen ones, during this walk, we have gotten to the point where we don't tolerate that shit no more. And you don't have to apologize for being who you are because they want you to explain yourself. Bitch, I don't have to explain myself to you. You ain't my mama. And they're like, what were you doing downstairs at this time, such and such and such? Last time I checked, bitch, I was grown. How about mind your motherfucking business? I don't answer to you. You can kiss the crack of my ass, bitch. Lesson number 2, eat my ass, pig. That's how it gotta be. And you do not have to apologize at all because you are an independent person. They want to make you feel like you have to answer to them. Tell them bitches to kick rocks. And tell them to eat a few of them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell are you? You ain't nobody. I don't answer to you. Be gone, vile witch. Ew, gross. Ugh. Gives you the heebie-jeebies. Make you feel extra creepy. I need some more water. Guys, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. They point fingers at each other all the time. But they point fingers at each other because you know they want to play the hero or the victim. And when the heebie-jeebies, yep, when they pointing fingers at each other, because right now the chosen ones are waking up and we networking can waking each other up. They're all starting to point fingers at each other. No, they all guilty because they all try to take advantage of a good soul. And God is using us to bear witness to the wickedness and evilness of mankind. So when their ass is getting ready to, oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When they are getting ready to get judged by the Most High, their life is going to be, they ain't going to be able to hide behind, well, that person did it or that person did it. All of them are guilty. The one who came up with the plan and the one who executed the plan. And all those willing parties who played along with it. So they can point fingers at each other all day. But there's all these other fingers pointing back at themselves. So while they pointing at this one, they point at themselves. All of them are guilty. And they all got to get what they get. You play stupid games, you win stupid ass prizes. And this is exactly what they're going to get. This is what they're going to get. Because they always do stupid, silly shit and burn bridges, not realizing that that bridge may have to be crossed back over again. And eventually they burn people in such a way that nobody wants to be around them. They are left alone and miserable. Their family don't come to visit them. They get stuck in a nursing home. The nurses and the orderlies don't want to deal with them because they're wretched. So they lay in that bed for days and days and days without getting fed. They're getting bed sores, and now they're getting the same treatment that they gave to others. So what goes around comes around. That is exactly what they get. That's exactly what they deserve. Narcissists keep going. They absolutely keep going till they fuck with everyone and fuck up everything in their life. And then they're left alone. Miserable and unhappy. But that's why everybody else left them, because they didn't want to become miserable and unhappy. They didn't want to become miserable and unhappy. So they left them alone. And the narcissist is miserable and unhappy anyway. Like that woman at that damn doctor's office. She's sitting there miserable and unhappy because that's who she is. And now that I'm gone, I will forever throw shots at them Because what they did to a person with stage 4 cancer needs to be exposed. It needs to be exposed. So she created a lie just to get a person with cancer flagged from the property. Now that's supposed to be your medical profession. But don't worry about it. She don't have no heart, and the little piece of one that she has is probably full of fat and full of mac sauce. She ain't gonna live that long. So that fat will fry up real nicely in hell. They want to look down at you. But they know that you everything above them. That's why they try so hard to put you down. They want to put you down to make themselves feel elevated. Because when they stand next to you, they feel as small and disgusting and as invisible as they absolutely are. As they absolutely are. And that's what they are. Instead of working at being a good person, they work at lying and deluding themselves and deluding other people into thinking they're a good person. When if they just took that effort and put it in to being a good person, they could actually be a good person. But they'd rather lie. That way they can pretend like they did the work when they actually haven't done the work, and that gives them a lot more free time to worry about your business. That's what they're doing. All right, guys, this has been my live. I've been going for about an hour. Guys, whether after the live and you can contribute, please hit Cash App. Hit up in the description. Either do it by Cash App or PayPal. Cash App is $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. Any money that comes in, I will take to the office to pay on my rent and putting gas in the car so that I can make it to my chemo appointment Monday morning at 7:45. Because at 7:45 I'll be in there to get the results of my PET scan, which will tell me if the cancer spread or if it's actually the chemo is actually working and breaking down the tumors. And then I'll start my chemo rounds when I'll get done about 2 or 3 o'clock. And then if there's anything else, I'll buy food and stuff like that. But if I can make it until the end of next week, I'm going to be good because the Most High is working. He is working on something. And guys, I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all still educating yourselves about this. Because just because you move away from the narcissist or boundaried up against the narcissist that you were around, don't mean that the devil ain't sending more in. And they're going to try to pretend like they're a chosen one or that they're an empath just to get in your presence, just for you to turn around and find out that they are a liar and that their father is the father of lies and then have to put them out again. But these videos help build a community and a network so that we can confide in each other. Because what that lady did to me, fighting with cancer, I was in this room crying really, really bad. And Alex helped me out so much. Because we have a community of people that can help us and build us up and encourage us when things get tough. This is what our life's blood is going to be. Because don't think that the narcissists ain't using other narcissists to do evil. We need to lean on each other chosen ones to do good. Thank you guys for your time. It's Saturday night. If y'all go out, behave yourselves, and remember, all people ain't good people. But I want y'all to have a good time, guys. But until I talk to you again, guys, this is Intuitive Anthony. If you like it, I love it, but these narcs out here, cold-blooded, y'all. Take care of yourselves and lean on the people that love you. Peace. And correct that crown.